The cost of living crisis has made holding one job a luxury. Picking up a side hustle is now a necessity for many young Americans. A new report reveals roughly 40% of Gen Z and millennials have second jobs. And it's not for some extra spending money. An Indeed survey says more than half take up a side hustle just to make ends meet. So I'm curious what we think about this dynamic. Chris, I'll go to you first. This sounds like a necessity thing, but I wonder if necessity is such a bad thing. What do you think?
No, it's good. It's also representative of what we do in the United States, right? When times get tough, you roll up your sleeves, you get to work, and you do that. What strikes me about this is, we're also seeing this blue-collar wage boom that's happening as well, right? Projections of the job opportunities in the blue-collar trades, there's over 2 million open jobs right now. In the next 5 years, if those go unfilled, it's trillions in a hit to our GDP. And Gen Zs in particular have an opportunity to jump in, make significantly more money than they would if they went to a traditional, 4-year school and came out. We see certain blue-collar trades technicians, no college degrees, making over $200,000 a year today. And that's real. And so, but the other stark, point to that is there was an international study that came out this year that showed that 30% of Gen Zs actually cannot identify a flathead screwdriver. So,
wow.
It's crazy. 25% can't change a light bulb in their ceiling. I mean, honestly, I was shocked by this. But I think there's massive demand out there for opportunities where they don't have to take second jobs. But I think there's that perception about, the trades that still exist. That tide is turning. People are starting to pay a heck of a lot more attention to it. And the best part is, they're in massive demand, they're recession resistant, and you can make more money. Like, why wouldn't you jump into
well, Chris, if you're interested in blue-collar jobs, boy, do I have a show for you, which I'm going to tell you about at the end of this block. But Dagan might have something to say about that dynamic.
Oh,
not your show, just the blue-collar, second hot side hustles all. I'm just trying to translate.
Maybe they're side hustling because they got a stupid degree and they're deep in debt.
Yeah.
For college. Or maybe the side hustle is their main hustle. Like, you get two hustles, you get two jobs. It's been horrible the last 4 years with the cost of living crisis, the vice that people were put in with. First, it was the sky-high inflation, but then the interest rate increases from the Federal Reserve to fight that very inflation. And it takes a long time. Prices don't fall. And the debt does not go away, and it takes a long time to claw your way back from that. And I suspect, particularly with younger people, that they're just trying to, it says make ends meet, but making ends meet also means paying that monthly nut when it comes to your debt payments.
Taylor.
Two thoughts. One, could this be a result of remote work? Where did you guys see those funny LinkedIn posts where for super, super high-end white-collar jobs, the coder is like, well, Goldman wants to code, but JP Morgan also wants me to code, so maybe I'll take both jobs and I'll code for both because I can code in half the time that I used to, and it probably goes against the company's code of ethics, but they can try to figure out how to work one job 7 to 2 and the other job 2 to 9 and figure it out and hope that you can scam your boss for as long as you can. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not doing that. The other point is maybe this is also a generational thing. Where I have, some babysitters who come when I need a night off to help care for my daughter. And they always say they don't want full-time work. They want part-time work to help so that they can do other things on the side. Now, that's clearly not necessity, but they're living in New York City. So they come to babysit, but they say, I don't want to work full-time. I just want maybe a day here or there or a weekend here or there because I have other things that I want to do on the side. So maybe that's also just a generational thing where they don't want to be locked into that 40-hour-a-week or 50-hour-a-week job the way certainly our generation was raised to believe that that's how you get ahead.
Yep. Jackie.
The American dream was supposed to be about each generation doing better than your parents did. My parents both came to this country with essentially nothing and were able to really build an amazing life and provide for us and give us an education. My brother and I, who had way more than they did, including with our education, our skill set, as we moved forward, always kept saying, we're having a tough time doing better than mom and dad. Actually, we're not doing as well, but we're just happy to be, where we are. These kids now, just to make ends meet, are having to do side hustles and other things. As long as that's not including any sort of irresponsible spending, I would just say it keeps getting harder and harder and harder. And that's part of the frustration that people feel in this country, because it was supposed to be the land of opportunity. And yet you've got these progressives saying, no, you're not allowed to keep your money. You've got to give it to us so we can give it to the undocumented people who we've brought in here. And every segment ends up going back to the fact that they're trying to kind of derail the system as we know it. And it's really scary. So it's something to think about. I don't envy Gen Z, to be honest with you. It's a tough position to be in.
But if you're bringing up opportunity, here's a space where you've got it. Don't miss Dagan's special. And guess what? Chris is in it. It's called Fox Business In Depth, Red, White, and Blue Collar. Dagan will cover President Trump's push for trade schools and the growing demand for skilled trade workers around the U.S. It'll air on Tuesday, June 24th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to check it out. Coming up, Elon Musk just announcing a big update for Neuralink. We'll tell you about it in our Biz Blitz next.